Hey guys, it's Mel and welcome back to my channel. Guess what? Today I am going to vlog for you. In fact, all this week I am going to attempt to vlog for you on a daily basis, which is totally out of my comfort zone. Today, this week, you're going to get raw and uncut. Okay, so today is a bit of a busy day for me. It is currently 20 to 8 in the morning. I stupidly just went and blow dried my hair. Thinking I'm vlogging and then realized I've got a hair appointment at 9 o'clock this morning. Okay, so I'm just doing my labels here and I have to say I've had a pretty dismal weekend of sales. I don't know if it's just the Christmas, nobody wants to buy secondhand books. I don't really have anything in my store that could be used as gifts unless somebody wants to gift a clearly secondhand item. I don't really sell a lot of new items. I will say that through the years that I've done eBay, I have never really noticed that huge spike in Q4. My store seems to stay fairly consistent Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So I'm not really expecting that huge Christmas spike, but I've also just realized that one of the reasons why might be because I got a negative feedback towards the end of last week. I did put in a feedback revision request and I can see there's an email here from eBay that says they've taken it away. So let me tell you about this negative feedback. Okay, so I sent this pair of shoes and these shoes were in excellent condition. There was barely a flaw on them. They were really good conditioned women's high heels. So she ordered them on the 18th of November and I've got 2 days shipping, postage and handling. So the 18th was a Thursday. She ordered Thursday afternoon. I didn't get them in my Friday post. I would normally try and get a Thursday's order in with my Friday post because I post Monday, Wednesday, Friday. She ordered on the Thursday, which theoretically gives me to the Monday before I have to ship because I've got those 2 business days, Saturday and Sunday. Doesn't count as a business day. So she ordered Thursday the 18th. I posted Monday the 22nd. Now her shoes then arrived to her Thursday the 25th. So it took 7 days, 5 of them business days, to get her shoes from the date of ordering to on her doorstep. So she's left me this feedback and she's written, slow to post, double the postage time, 0 communication, disappointed with the item, no returns accepted. What? And so she sent this 2 weeks later. 2 weeks after she's received the shoes, that's the feedback I get. No message prior from her. So I put in a feedback request with eBay saying that I'd sent the shoes within my 2 business days postage time. She had received the shoes 5 business days after them, which was well within the time delivery frame for Australia Post, especially at Christmas and during a pandemic. Oh my goodness, 5 business days, really? Anyway, I also commented that she'd said that I had 0 communication and I was like, what do you mean? I sent the shoes on time, they arrived on time, I didn't hear anything back from her. So what did I actually have to do to communicate with her? Nothing. There was nothing that required me to communicate with this buyer and the buyer didn't communicate with me. The lady had said she was disappointed with the item, no refunds allowed. Well, I would have clearly accepted any refunds. I do say no refunds on my order policies. That is to deter people from just refunding for the sake of it, basically. But if somebody comes to me and says these shoes didn't fit or I wasn't happy with them, I would of course accept a refund. Always. So the no returns is just to, try and stop those time wasters. It's not actually that I won't return an item, but I don't know if she wants to return the item if she doesn't actually say it to me. So I thought that was really unfair feedback and I told eBay that I thought it was a false accusation, accusing me in my feedback of shipping it in double the postage time when I shipped it in the time allowed and it arrived in the time allowed. I don't think I should get a negative feedback that was for slow. And so I told eBay that they could check the tracking history. I also told them to have a look at my shipping defect rate, which is currently 0.00%. I don't have a bad shipping defect rate. I'm in good standing with eBay for shipping. So for her to leave a negative feedback on that, no, I wasn't accepting that. I'll just read to you what eBay have said. We've removed the feedback as it does qualify under the removal policies. Please allow up to 72 hours for it to be removed from the feedback page. Thanks for your patience in the meantime. The ratings you received for this transaction have also been removed and your scores will automatically be recalculated. Please note that this may happen within the same day or in some cases up to 72 hours for these ratings to disappear. Guys, is this why I've had a very bad weekend of sales? Is this because it was taking 72 hours to take this from my score system on eBay. You know, basically eBay whack me into eBay jail because I get a negative feedback for something that's not even my fault. And then I have to wait 72 hours. That's quite a long time. 72 hours to, you know, take a punishment for something that's not even your fault. Really, really frustrates me and drives me mad. eBay should not be punishing and giving you these feedback ratings. I honestly believe you should get 7 days to dispute a negative feedback. Then if your dispute gets thrown out the window and they decide to keep it, then sure, then maybe your account takes a hit. But I don't think it's fair that eBay hit your account when we so often get these negative feedbacks that aren't justified. Honestly, really, really gripes me. Right, 8:15, I need to drop my daughter at school. I want to go and get a real coffee. I always start my day with one of these instant coffees. Then I go drop my daughter at school and go and get a real coffee. So go and get my hair done, and then I am back packing orders. And I want to show you today this table. This is what I'm working on today. So I'm going to take you along for the ride. From the hairdresser. Fresh hair. Yeah. There's nothing better than fresh hair. You girls know what I'm talking about. Okay, so the first thing I got to do now is I really need to get these orders picked. It is 1 o'clock. I need to pick my daughter up at 3:30. These orders aren't going to take me a long time to pick because, one, I didn't have a very good weekend of sales. So there's not many. I think there's about 20 or something. I've already got some picked on the bench. I've already got a couple down there in the bag that have already been packed up over the weekend. Come with me. I'll show you what I sold. I don't think I had any bangers this weekend. There's nothing that's really stand out, great sale. It's just everyday bread and butter, basic stuff that's just moving along. This is kind of like the kids' shelf. So this is a 5-pack of kids' books by Belinda Murrell. I've sold these for $25.60. Now I've sold Chuck Norris here for $17.99. I have sold this book a couple of times, but he is a bit of a slow seller and you don't get much money for it, so I probably won't bother picking him up again. Now this is a pretty nice book on a silver Brumby. It is a nice coffee table type hardback, but it does have some like water damage here on the cover where you can see the colours changed. I think it's water damage anyway. I don't think that is supposed to be there. There was a stage where I wasn't sure, like, is this just part of it or is this some damage? Because there's no water damage to any of the rest of it. So I was a little bit confused. I was trying to research other books to see if they had this mark on the cover. I do think it is a water damage mark, and just to be safe, I did write that on my description. This book is sold for $31.99 and it's been a bit of a slow seller. I'm glad it's going out the door. Over here on E3, 3 books here by Anne Rankin going out for $24.99. I found this Laura Ashley book in the Hoarders Hall that I picked up. It's only a thin book. I've sold it for $19.99. This is a pain in the ass. Another basic bread and butter fiction book going out for $16. Now, I'm really glad these ones have sold. These are Christmas themed Mills and Boon books, and I've sold these for $27. I took an offer on them. I had them listed maybe about $35, but I kind of figured if I didn't take the offer on them, they could be sitting around till next Christmas, which I really didn't want. So $27 and they're out the door. This is a Tai Chi healing Bible. It's a bit of a how-to with all the directions on how to pose. It's only a cheap book. It's gone out for $16.99. I did get it in my Hoarders Haul, so it cost me like 5 cents. I've never really sold Tai Chi, so even though this wasn't a high profit item, it did sell really fast, and I'm all about the quick flip, so I don't really mind if I sell items for a lower profit as long as they're a quick flip. Now this is one of those old 90s books that's called Eye Tricks, and I don't know about you, but when I was in high school we used to play these all the time. Basically you stare at the picture, and the longer you stare at it you can see a different type of picture. Anyway, they were good fun back in the day. This only took a few weeks to sell and I sold it for $18. I've just sold this for $14.99. I did get this book as part of a free bundle on Facebook, so I'm okay to list it for $14.99. I certainly don't want to be cherry picking books that I'm only selling for $15 though. Beyond 2000 sold for $17. Now this next item I sold is a pair of shoes, and I'm so I feel like going do. I forgot to put an inventory SKU number into the order. So now I've got all these boxes sitting here with shoes, and I don't know what boxes is. It's so important to use an inventory system. I'm gonna waste time now because I don't know the specific box to go to pull this order. So don't think it's gonna be in one of these clear boxes because these have got mostly miscellaneous stuff, not just shoes. Ah, yes! Woohoo! Straight up. Okay, these shoes are white comfort shoes. In fact, these look absolutely brand new. I've sold these for $44.95 including shipping. The brand is called Bellissimo. I've never heard of them, but they are one of those I was gonna say old lady. Sorry if you wear these and you're not an old lady. You know, those comfort shoes. Okay, so this is interesting. This is a book on shoes, and going by the photos, this is clearly a book for either a woman who absolutely loves shoes and just has this very high sense of fashion, or this is for the male who has the foot fetish and loves shoes. So I actually titled this as Shoes, a Love Story by Tim Blanks. And then at the end of the title where I had room, instead of writing hardcover book like all the other ones that were listed had, I decided to write a book for foot lovers of well-worn shoes. So those are keywords for the foot fetish market, well-worn shoes, foot lovers. So I actually put this book not only in the book category, but I put it in the shoe category. So I don't know who actually bought it. I didn't actually go to their profile and have a bit of a stalk. My book has sold over all the other books, and maybe it was because of my title. 796. Yep, this is it. Now I've sold the 50 Shades of Grey bundle for $30. Now the reason I put a SKU number on this is quite often I will have multiple sets of 50 Shades listed at one time. But this is where it becomes really important to add an item number, because I want to make sure that I don't actually grab the wrong set of 50 Shades. If I was to have multiple sets of 50 Shades on the one shelf and I maybe grabbed the one that had text inside the books, but the person had bought the one without the text, then I might get an item not as described. So it's really important if you're selling items that are secondhand and they're quite different but they're still the same, it's really important that you use one of these individual SKU systems. I don't need to put this on all my bundles, but I do put it on some of the bundles, and something like this is a prime example of why I use it. These crossword solving books, they're not huge profit items, but they do sell well for me. This one is sold for $22.99. It came in my hoarder's haul. This is an easy sale. A lot of people do crosswords and they look for these kind of crossword helping books. I would definitely pick up more of these crossword books if I was to find them. Now this is a good cookbook and I've sold this one multiple times, so I always pick it up. This one is sold for $32. And this is the last book I'm picking up today. It's a book on stamps and is sold for $24.99. So not many big hitters today going out. I didn't actually sell many bundles. What was there? The Mills and Boom bundle and the 50 Shades of Grey, because the bundles are what bring me the higher profits and they also increase my average sale rate. So the aim for 2022 is for me to have way more bundles in my store than these individual books. I will be sourcing individual books a lot less unless they come in hauls or Facebook market sales. I will be cherry picking a lot less individual books next year. But look at this, guys. See this table? This is all bundles that I'm waiting to photograph and list. This is what I'm going to show you in tomorrow's vlogs. I get a lot of questions about selling bundles, so I'm doing it tomorrow. Guys, look at my fancy scales I've set up because I'm getting ready in 2022 to maybe introduce some international shipping. So while I'm experimenting with some international shipping, that one is going out to Nick and Andrea Hills. Ooh, look at this new setting on my phone I just discovered. Can you see that? The blurry background? Am I clear in the blurry's background? That is very cool. I've got the new iPhone, guys. I just bought it. I thought it might be better for my videos. And I'm going to try and work out the GoPro that I've got here this week as well that I bought 6 months ago and haven't even used. But check that out. Look at the blurry background. How's that work over here? If I get some light on my face. How's that blurry background looking? Oh, it's kind of like I'm 3D, isn't it? So just before I went to print my orders, I had one order that bought their book on Saturday and they still hadn't paid. So I sent them a order reminder this morning and she's come back to the message and she's written, "We'll pay on Wednesday." But there's no like, "Hi, thanks so much. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'll pay the order on Wednesday." Just, "We'll pay on Wednesday." So this kind of thing frustrates me. Does it frustrate anyone else? Like, that's 5 days from the order. So obviously the fact that they haven't paid straight away means that they either bought that on an offer or accepted an offer. But it's just frustrating to me. Like, 5 days, like once it gets to 4 days normally, if they haven't paid, I will normally just click the buyer has not paid and they get their ding. Because she's actually written back to me, she's going to pay on Wednesday, I'll probably give her the benefit of the doubt because that's 5 days. But to me, it's still frustrating, and there's that little bit of me who wants to click the buyer didn't pay. Because I feel like these buyers, at least show some manners when you write to someone and say, you know, "Would you mind if I paid on Wednesday? Thanks so much." Like, it doesn't take much to say please, or, you know, I would then be much more, yeah, no worries, pay for the book on Wednesday. I don't really mind. But it's just the way they write it, so rude, and they just like expect that it's okay that you can take 5 days to pay an order. Like, does anybody else feel like that? Tell me in the comments if you're the same, or am I just being narky? Maybe I'm being like a Christmas Grinch. I'm like, just pay for your order. If you buy the order, just pay for it straight away. Oh my goodness. It's not like it's $100 sale. It's probably a $16.99 or something book. Pay for your darn order.
Christmas is coming, yeah. Start sending your letters off to Santa. Christmas is coming, yeah. Better be nice if you want your present. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Christmas is coming, yeah.
Okay, so it's 2:15. I've probably got about 15 minutes before I want to leave to go to the post office and pick my daughter up. So what I want to make a head start on before I go, though, is this table. So the reason I want to make a head start on this table is every time I try and pick a book from these shelves, this table is in the way. Now, this is a to-do pile. Everything on here needs photographing, putting away, to list. Okay, now these two big piles of books, these have come from my hoarder's haul. So I've bought these over from my storage unit, and last night I sat down and I price comped all these books and I've drafted them all as well. So the only things that need adding to these in the draft folders is the photographs. So basically, as soon as I've done the photographs for these two piles of books, I can get those either scheduled out for the rest of December, or I can get them listed straight away and get some extra activity going into my store. And obviously in business, we always need to prioritize the tasks that are going to make us money. So those ones are going to be quicker to make me money than the rest of the items on the table, which I haven't even started to price comp or draft. So I've got 15 minutes and two piles of book that looks to be, if I was to estimate, I would probably say 50 books. If I can set the GoPro up here, put the GoPro here now while I'm photographing. I haven't used the GoPro before. Apparently my friend Philly the Flipper told me that I just need to turn it on. I am going to put my photo setting here on my phone, and I'm going to change the setting, and I'm going to make it a square setting photo. I always take my photos in square setting. I'm also going to put the phone into vivid settings, and I'm just going to open up the exposure tab, so if I need to change the exposure I can. Whatever shelf that I put the book on, I just take a photo straight away of the shelf number. So this one, I would have taken a photo of 02, and that way it's all in sequence order. So whenever I upload my photos, it goes book photo, 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 SKU number. Then it moves on to the new book and it's photo, 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 SKU number. I know exactly what shelf it's on to add into my eBay website. Okay, so it's 2:46 now, and I have smashed down one of those piles, but I've still got one more to do. I'm going to go now to the post office. I'm going to go and pick my daughter up from school, and then come home, and I really want to make sure that that is the next thing on my to-do list. I want to get that photograph today. I am going out to dinner tonight for a family birthday dinner, so I feel like I'm a little bit under the pump today. Shipping. I'm starting to work up a sweat here, guys. It's hard to vlog. And I'm back. So I've done my shipping, I've picked my daughter up from school, and I quickly even stopped at the shop, and I've come back, and what I just did was I quickly just finished photographing that second pile of books. So all those books are now away on my shelf, and those listings are drafted in my draft box. The photos are here. All I have to do now is airdrop them straight from my iPhone over to my desktop. And once they've been airdropped there, I can just drop them into my listings, and those listings are done. Now, I just want to show you, because this book sale just came in and I thought this was a pretty good example. Now, I've just sold this book, and as you can see from it, the condition is horrible. It is old. The dust cover is dirty. The pages are yellowed. There is pen inside this book. There is even like kind of cracking there on the spine. Like, this book is in terrible condition. Now, I got this in my hoarder's haul. Anything that comes from the hoarder's haul has probably cost me 5 cents at the maximum, because there was so much stuff in that haul. But I have just sold this book for $55.99. Now, honestly, this would be the type of book that you would just walk on past in the thrift store. Quite often when I'm going through this hoarder's haul, I'm pulling out these old books like this, and I'm thinking, oh, that's not going to be worth anything. And then I price it, and oh my goodness, I'm like, what? $55.99? Are you kidding me? And now it's sold. It just goes to show you can't judge a book by its cover. Oh, and I tell you, I had a lady message me the other day on eBay. She messaged me on eBay. I don't think she's a viewer of this channel or anything, but she's obviously bought from me before. She just sent me a message. I had a ballet book that's been listed. It came from this hoarder's haul, and I think I had it listed for $30 or $35. This lady has sent me a message saying she's bought books from me before. She's been really happy. She thought I might be interested to know that the ballet that is of this book is a very famous Russian ballet, and she actually thinks that the book is worth a lot more than what I've got it priced at for the right person. So I thought that was really nice of her. I have to go back. I've still got the book listed. I haven't even changed it. But I need to go back and pull that book and have a really good research of it. And maybe I even need to open that book up for international postage to Russia, because if that is a famous Russian ballet, maybe somebody in Russia is prepared to pay more for that book than they are here. So it is really interesting what some of these random old books are, that honestly, a lot of them I would seriously first glance pass it on. Send it back to a charity shop like I don't want it. This would be one of those books. But yeah, I just can't believe this. Look at the cover. Like, $55.99. Guys, there is money in books, and there's so many millions of books, and you just don't know which ones are worth the money. I'm sure that most people would walk past that spine in the charity shop and not take a second glance at it. Anyway, guys, I can't wait to see you in tomorrow's vlog. I am doing the bundles tomorrow, don't forget. Thanks, guys, for watching. See ya.